Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of year again. Spooky season is upon us. It's the time of year where we break out the book and embrace all things paranormal. I am Grace McGaha, and this is your home for all things paranormal. This is the Book of FAFO, and I hope you enjoy the stories. Today is a fan-submitted story from Amelie. I was about 15 when it all started. It's something that I'll never forget. I started dating a guy who had it rough. He was on the streets for a few years. We took him in. He was trying to get me to do some weird stuff just a few weeks in. And that should have been my warning that something wasn't normal. And this is when it all started. We were all sitting in the living room one night. We had some friends over. And the conversation turned to spirits and how we think that something could latch onto you and how we all believed that something had latched on to my boyfriend. The moment that the conversation turned supernatural, it was like my boyfriend was terrified. A couple minutes later, he had zoned out. It was like he had gone into another world. His best friend and I were trying to talk to him, but there was no response. And then, out of nowhere, his arms just started bleeding. It looked like he had been sliced with a razor blade, just straight down. We all tried to clean him up and get him taken care of, but again, no response. It was like he was immune to the pain. He wasn't even paying attention to any of us calling his name, screaming at him. He quietly got up by himself and went to the bathroom. We all stood outside the door for what seemed like hours and asked him if he was okay, but no response. Nothing. When we opened the bathroom door, he wasn't there. He wasn't even in the bathroom. We walked around the house trying to find him. There was no way that he could have just disappeared. It didn't make any sense to us. It was crazy. We all saw him go in, and nobody saw him go out. There was no window. There was no way that he could have gotten out of the bathroom. So we all walked around the house looking for him. And when we went back into the living room, probably 10 minutes later, he was, just sitting there. Absolutely no acknowledgement of what happened. Blood gone, and no cuts. He said that he had not left the room, and we were all really scared at this point. But that's not just it. Weird things like this, they would keep happening. I would wake up in the middle of the night, and he would be at the end of the bed watching TV, but the TV would only be the white static screen. And if I talked to him, he would turn with this blackness in his eyes, and he would tell me to shut up very aggressively. He would sleep and talk and say things like they're watching us, and they want to hurt us, and they wanted him. I can hear you guys all telling me to get out now, and I'll be honest, this was all many years ago. I did leave the relationship, but recently had ran into one of his friends, and sadly, he took his own life about 3 years ago by slicing his wrist. It shook me to my core when I heard that. His friend said he never got better. It only got worse after I had left. And we still believe that something was inside of him, something deep and dark and evil, to take somebody so mild-mannered and turn them so aggressive, so rage-filled, and always afraid to talk about demons and spirits. I don't know if he dabbled in something. I never was told if he believed in any of that. But I, to this day, believe that he must have meddled with something that he shouldn't have meddled with. And it leached onto him. It latched onto him. It took everything that was good in him and left nothing but a black, empty shell. All I can do is hope that wherever he is now, he's happy and he's himself again. Such a tragic story, but such a wonderful way to start this series. Tell us down in the comments, do you believe in the supernatural? Do you believe in attachments and demons? I mean, we've all seen good in the world, and if there is good, there has to be something that's evil as well. Drop them down here, and if you have a story, please send it in. And I hope you enjoyed Paranormal is My Normal.